Spurs Fan Cave Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Garcia. I'm here with my very special guest, Spurs Nation!
What's going on, Spurs fans?
And Thomas the Spurs Dude Vega, all the way from Corpus Christi, Texas.
What's going on?
And I'm also here joined by our Spurs Fan Cave brother, Martin M. Dominguez.
Straight out of Iowa, baby! Woo!
All right, now we finally got all the gremlins out of the system. Now we're able to go ahead and bring you this live podcast. Sorry about all that technical difficulties.
Oh, yeah.
Well, before we start, we want to go ahead and give out some shout-outs to all the fans out there, because we do all this for you guys, for the fans.
We love you guys.
So we love you guys, man.
You're the greatest.
We'd like to give out some shout-outs right now. And we're going to start by giving shout-outs to Ronnie Washington, Miguel Trevino, Avi Villarreal Primero, Mary Davila, Renee Coltier, Doris Capano Vasco, Juan Antonio Sanchez, Elsa Cruz. I'll let Nation take over too.
And also shouts to Darrell Rodriguez, Marcelo Matthew Castro, Leticia Anderson, Alicia Gomez, Joe Rangel, and Maria Mora.
Maria Mora. Thank you guys. We appreciate you very much. We're also going to go to our Spurs Fan Cave group and give some shout outs to the fans over there that gave us some love. So give me a second here.
Spurs Angel.
Oh, yeah, Spurs Angel. Our international fans, too. Spurs Angel. Antonio Spurs Monaco. We'd also want to give a big shout-out to, all the way from the Netherlands, Jurgen Aspers, man.
Jurgen!
All right, and let's see what's
also,
going on here.
Our fan from Japan.
Oh, yeah, our fan from Japan. Taro!
Tani!
Woo! What's up, Taro?
Woo! And also, I want to give a shout out to my good friend Anthony Rivera. Big shout out to you, my friend.
Oh, Israel Camacho.
Hey, and also our Spurs photo contest winner that I had a while back, Israel Camacho. He was the winner of the Spurs photo contest. He won himself a Roku streaming stick and his own pair of Spurs shoes.
Specially designed by Spurs Nation himself.
Yeah.
Oh, and also we want to give a shout out to Junior Hernandez, Manny Moran, and Leonard the Wee Man Johnson. We love you, brother. We love you. Nothing but love for you.
We also have to give a huge shout out to our Spur Fan Cave photographer, Ed Luna. Love you, brother.
Oh, yeah, Ed Luna. We love you, Ed. We love you, man. And also our other Spurs Fan Cave members. We'd like to go ahead and give a shout out to Andrea Morales, Deidre, and also Jacqueline. We can't forget about Old School McGee.
Old School McGee.
Old School,
and, Spurs
the guy with the crazy hair.
Yep.
And also his new famous battle cry, 2016.
Bring that ring.
Bring that ring.
All right, so basically we're going to start off by talking about the Spurs schedule. It was finally released. The new schedule was finally released earlier this week here because I'm sure he's already looked and saw the goodies, all the games that are coming up. We already know that they're going to be opening the season with, who was it, OKC, wasn't it? Or they did change it to Brooklyn?
No, it's Oklahoma City. They'll start on the road, and the first home game of the season will be against the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nets, yeah, that's the first opening season game. It was supposed to be against someone else. Wasn't it supposed to be against Golden State, but they changed it?
Yeah.
Golden State.
It was supposed to be against.
Yeah, it was supposed to be against Golden State, but they changed it at the last minute. We don't know why. Maybe Golden State was scared.
No.
No, not now. It's not now.
They said, no, we're just playing. We don't want to see them.
They have that trophy nice and shine up for us when we take it June 2016.
Yep. They're getting it ready for us, man. Better take care of our trophy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, just we're going to go ahead and let Thomas start off and let us know about some of the upcoming games they have for the season. Right off the bat, we talked about OKC. That's who they're going to open up the season against on October the 28th at 7 p.m. I'm sure we're going to have something special planned for that day. But what other games strike you as great games this season, Thomas?
Well, of course, there's a whole bunch of games that the Spurs are also going to be playing in. Teams like the marquee teams, Oklahoma City, of course the Golden State Warriors, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Basically the good teams.
I'm looking at my favorite. Yeah, I think my favorite game that'll be coming up is the one when the Spurs the Spurs have a game against the Portland Trailblazers on November 11th. Of course, it's an away game, and this is the first time that LaMarcus is going to be going back home, so I'm sure he's going to be getting a lot of boos and cheers from the crowd. It's going to be mixed emotions.
Yeah, it'll be mixed emotions, and obviously, LaMarcus Aldridge, he talked about that as well, and he said, that he even expects some boos and cheers and a bit of both, and what Portland fans have to remember is that LaMarcus Aldridge, sincerely from his heart, still loves that city, and he loves those fans, especially all the years that he was with them. And he was originally drafted by the Bulls, so I mean, Chicago fans should also be upset. but Portland, he grew up in Portland and pretty much started his career there, and but he's not a guy like LeBron where he's just gonna leave a city and he didn't make a big deal out of it. He didn't go on TV doing a decision. Obviously, his decision took a while to make, but the only reason why LaMarcus Aldridge took as long as he did making that decision was because, and I talked about this with other Spurs fans, but he had promised all the other teams during the offseason that he was going to meet with them, and he had already picked the Spurs in his mind that he was going to San Antonio, but he wanted to make his promise to the other teams and give them a chance to meet with him. He didn't want to just brush them off and turn their backs on him. He didn't pull DeAndre.
You never burn your bridges, baby.
Yeah, and LaMarcus Aldridge, he didn't do what DeAndre Jordan did to the Mavericks. I mean, DeAndre Jordan basically slapped the crap out of Mark Cuban's face and told him, "You don't mean anything." But LaMarcus Aldridge is he's a classy player, and obviously he went through with his word, and that's what a lot of people respect about him as a person as well. But
that's why he's a perfect fit for the Spurs.
Oh yeah, and also, and as we go through the season, another thing to talk about is also the amount of back-to-backs this year. I think the Spurs only have. I think it's only like 16 back-to-backs.
Yeah, before they were killing back-to-backs. We even had some nights it seemed we had almost 3 games in a row.
Yeah. And this year, actually Adam Silver, the commissioner, actually talked about that eventually they want to make these schedules more player-friendly for the players. You have to take the traveling into consideration.
Yeah, for their health.
Not just the games that they're playing, but it's really about the jet lag that these guys get when they're traveling from city to city. You got to remember, players, they travel on they go on the plane, they go to their next city, the team they're going to play against, and then they don't get there till 2-3 in the morning. By the time they get there, they still got to check into their hotel room. They still got to go to sleep, and then they got to wake up the next day and do shoot around in the morning. I mean, it's a process, and physically as a human being, you're going to be tired. You're going to be tired from that. And it's not so much the games that wearing them out, it's the travel that wears them out. And so now what the NBA is trying to do is they're trying to, fix that, but it's not perfect yet, but they're going to get it sooner or later to where the schedule will become, less travel, less hectic for these guys. And actually, Here it is. The Spurs only have 16 back-to-backs this year in the 2015-16 season. Also, the Spurs will have 21 nationally televised games for this season as well. And the NBA also talked about back-to-backs have also been reduced to 17.8% per team, down from 19.3 last season. And no team has more than 20 back-to-backs this season. Long-distance back-to-backs have also been trimmed down from 111 last season to 84 this season, and that's key right there. And also,
into more Spurs victories.
One thing I was more Spurs victories. One thing I was gonna lead off with and say too is that some of these games that strike me as interesting was the one that I was saying for November 11th when the Spurs play their. Go on the road against the Portland Trail Blazers, which LaMarcus is returning to Portland. But also, quickly, on November the 16th, Portland is actually going to come over here and play the Spurs here in San Antonio, which is going to be another, very emotional game for LaMarcus Aldridge. Another game that they have coming up November 20th. This is a back-to-back, and this is going to be great. Friday, November 20th, they're going to be playing the New Orleans Pelicans, and they play them away. But on November the 21st, they're going to be playing the Memphis Grizzlies, which is a Saturday game here at the AT&T Center. What's significant about that, November the 21st, is that I think that's the start of the Thanksgiving holiday. So you better expect that place is going to be jam-packed with fans. It's going to be a great game to go to.
Oh,
yeah. And then, of course,
that's also a fight night, too. I think there's some boxing fight on November 21st.
Yeah. Hey, if you're listening, AT&T Center, you need to show that fight outside.
Yeah.
Right. Show the fight on one screen and show the game on the other. But also November 25th, that's when we see our first taste of the Dallas Mavericks. The new look Dallas Mavericks. I ain't scared.
I ain't scared.
We're going to ride them back to Dallas like we always been doing.
Yeah, I mean, the Dallas Mavericks, they're, I know they're the Spurs rivals, but I don't get hyped when I see the Mavericks anymore because they're not the same Dallas Mavericks like they used to be. They used to be really good, and now, it's just Dirk Nowitzki all by himself. I mean, they signed JaVale McGee. I mean, do you know how desperate you got to be if you sign JaVale McGee? I mean, JaVale McGee. Really?
The Mavericks have gone by the wayside. The Rockets have come up now.
Yeah, the Mavericks are not even in contention anymore. Houston is still there, but also with the Rockets, they lost Josh Smith, so that's gonna hurt them a little.
Well, we knew he was just gonna be there for 1 year. That was a contract, and they couldn't afford to go after him in free agency because he was really hurting for what he was getting. He said that him and his family were gonna struggle for $12 million or something like that.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're struggling so much.
Yeah, you're really struggling, brother. Hey, but we also see the Houston Rockets on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good game. But the thing that stinks is that it's an away game. I was used to having the Spurs play at the AT&T Center on Christmas. So it's kind of a change for them. They're going to be playing on the road.
Yeah, and what?
Well, a couple years back, they did play the Suns on the road, and that's when Roger Mason Jr. hit that three-pointer at the buzzer.
Roger Mason!
Who? Who? I remember
Roger
that fool.
Mason.
He was the one that was complaining and whining about him not getting enough playing time, and then he left, and then what happened? He just fell off the face of the earth, man.
Yeah.
He had a good thing going with the Spurs, man.
Yep.
Actually,
I still won't forget that Lakers when it was supposed to be a 3, but then he got fouled by Fisher, and it ended up making him fall to the ground or something. But man, that was a hell of a game, especially that game-winning 3 he made against the Suns. Ooh, man. Okay, especially on Christmas Day. That was too.
Oh, man, that was like the Grinch stealing Christmas in Phoenix.
Coal in the stocking. Coal in the stocking.
That was the Grinch stealing Christmas for the Phoenix Suns fans. fans.
Hey, but for all the LeBron James fans out there, hey, the Spurs are going to be playing the Cleveland Cavaliers on January the 14th. That's going to be a home game. You know that one's going to sell out.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely, and that's on TNT.
Where
so.
we play like cramp. Yeah, we play like cramp.
And let's see, and let's see if this time, if the AC goes out, he doesn't need his Midol for that.
And also, the thing about the Cavaliers.
Better bring the stretcher because he's going to cramp up.
Yeah, the thing about the Cavaliers is that, they're still talking about it, but Tristan Thompson might not even come back. And if he doesn't come back, I don't think the Cavaliers are going to be the same team.
Not true. Because it's really kind of still upsetting. Go ahead.
Well, I don't think they'll be as good without him. I know they have LeBron, but without Tristan Thompson grabbing those rebounds, they're gonna hurt. They're gonna hurt. Like a lot of people are missing that. Like a lot of people don't think about that. But I remembered how many rebounds he got for them. And yeah, they might have Anderson Varejao, but to lose Tristan Thompson, they better hope they keep him, because if they lose him, they won't be the same team. And if they couldn't win the finals with him, much less without him.
True enough. But the thing that's kind of upsetting is that if you look at all the, ESPN and NBA TV and all the sports analysts out there, they're already, even the Vegas odds, the odds makers in Vegas said that the Cleveland Cavaliers are like 3-1 favorites to win the NBA championship this year.
That's what they said about them last year.
It's like all they're doing is just going by who's popular. Well, it's by who's popular.
What they're forgetting is that the Cavaliers, listen, they still have to be healthy. Can Kyrie Irving stay healthy? Can their guys stay healthy? I mean, and really, I don't even think J.R. Smith's coming back either.
No, he's not coming back.
Yeah,
I don't even sign with the team yet. He's still out there checking out his options.
J.R. Smith, he's a confused brother.
What are the Spurs odds in Vegas this coming up season?
I think they were like at 5-1, something like that. They were second.
But it's also worth mentioning that in 2007 the Spurs weren't even being mentioned to win that year. It was the Mavericks that were supposed to win it all that year, and boy, was everyone looking dumb. I'm pretty sure every analyst.
Didn't they get knocked out of the first round? Yeah.
And
big upset.
That year, everybody said the Mavericks are going to win that year, and they didn't.
Yeah, I remember that. That's the year that Baron Davis had his breakout year.
Man, that dude
they had a good team.
Freaking believable.
Yeah, they did have a good team. But that was then.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we get our look at first look. We get our first look at the reigning NBA champ, Golden State Warriors, on January the 25th. That's going to be on the road at 9:30 p.m. on NBA TV.
And I'm looking for the Spurs.
That's going to be an interesting game.
Here's another thing about the Warriors.
I think they're going to make it. Yeah.
Well, they lost David.
They don't have David Lee.
They're not going to be the same team anymore. They've lost a key player.
Role players they lost this year.
Yeah, they got Gerald Wallace.
Yeah, Gerald Wallace.
Oh, God.
David Lee, they lost him to free agency.
Yeah. Who got Gerald Wallace?
But that's going to be a tough 2-game stretch for the Spurs on January the 25th, because they play the Golden State Warriors. That's a road game, and then on the 27th they come back home, and they got to play against the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
I don't know, that January 25th game sounds like one awesome watch party at one of our sponsor places, man. I'm thinking about Bob.
Yeah, we'll have some stuff coming up pretty. Yeah, we'll release some dates. We got plans for this year.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, one thing that I know that I am excited about that I can't wait to see is I need to see some Spurs basketball, man. I'm like a junkie, dude. I'm going through withdrawals. It's too long, man. October's too long.
Yeah, way too long. But then again,
Oh,
October
man.
will come by quick because the are really quick.
Yeah, we're gonna
All of
probably have
Spurs
to
Nation,
get
all
together
of
with
Spurs Nation
family
is
members.
dying to see a Spurs game, man.
Yeah, we might have to get together as a big old family, man, and watch that first preseason game just to see the Spurs, or
Yeah.
hear them. That's the thing, is that they don't even show most of the preseason games on TV. They show them.
Oh.
We can only hear them on the radio. That's the same thing
Yeah.
that we had last year.
Yeah.
If you live out of Texas, you're not in the blackout area, then you get to see the televised game on NBA TV.
I normally watch them
Go ahead.
online, and they'll show it online. There's links to where you can watch them.
Live?
Yeah, I know the link.
I watch the preseason games online. I know the websites and everything, and I mean I pretty much know everything that if it has to do with the Spurs, I'm gonna know about it.
Yeah, but it's fun to try to go out there and see it with everybody.
Yeah.
You want to see it in the company of
Actually,
Spurs fans, not just by listening to it on the radio.
Well, actually, speaking of preseason games, and this was years ago. I think this was back in 2004. It was in 2004. I went to a Spurs preseason game. They were playing the New Orleans Hornets. This was back when they had Baron Davis on the team. They had Rodney Rogers. They had who else was on that team? J.R. Smith. It was his rookie year. It was his first NBA game. I actually got to see J.R. Smith play his first NBA game, and I was 3 rows behind the Hornets bench.
Cheering, go Spurs, go!
Yeah, I was actually like yelling at those guys. I was like, I wasn't like yelling mean things at them. I was just like, hey, what's up, Rodney Rogers? I remember you from the finals in '03. And he would just wave at me and smile. And then, yeah, and that was pretty cool. And actually, well, that game, as I was entering the entrance at the AT&T Center, well, there's about 3 Spurs players from the team, and they were handing out "Go Spurs, Go" posters. And as I was walking in, there was a Spurs player handing out posters. Only no one knew who he was, but me. So as they were handing out the posters, it was actually Romain Sato. Now that was a draft pick that we had selected in the 2004 NBA draft. I don't know if you guys
Thomas,
remember.
we lost you, dude.
You lost me.
You lost me. He's still there, man. I can hear him.
I think
Are you there? Are you?
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here too. And we're live, baby.
Yeah, we're live. Anyway, so I met Romain Sato, and I walked in the entrance, and I was like, "Hey, you're Romain Sato, right? The Spurs just drafted you this year." "Oh yeah." And I shook his hand. I told him, "Welcome to the Spurs, man." And he was all happy. He's like, "Wow, someone actually knew who I was." Other people.
Are you still there, Joe?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
All right, cool.
And also, getting back to, Thomas, are you back?
I've been here.
You know what happened, man? When
I've been here.
Nation found.
I've been here.
Oh, that's messed up. What happened?
I don't know. They're disappearing.
All right, I believe
we're still live, which is awkward.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Go for it. So, how many games is Spurs gonna win this season?
At least 55 or over.
True that. Yeah, I'm hoping for a good 60+ win games this season, man. It's gonna be ridiculous with all the added components that we have. Yes, we lost a few, but am I on the echo?
No, I can hear you clear.
All right, sweet. As usual, the first part of the season is going to be about the Spurs gelling together, learning the chemistry of the new team and everything. But as usual, after the rodeo road trip,
oh yeah,
boom,
yep.
When the Spurs come back home, and the fans are just going crazy. It's going to be another, I think, awesome season for the Spurs. And everybody, including LA and West, they have to understand that this could be the last possibly 1 to 2 years of Duncan and Ginobili.
Yeah.
So I think if anything, I think Parker is going to take this season so freaking seriously that he wants Duncan to win another title before he retires.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'm almost sure that he's promised him, another ring before he retires.
I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Because even last year when they won against the Heat, even Tony Parker had made a promise like, hey, we're going to win one for you. And they did it. And, and if they did it then, they can do it again. It's going to be a different team, obviously. But, hey, maybe change, change is good. And it's hard to retain all the players that you once had. I mean, players come and go. But, when you can bring in guys like LaMarcus Aldridge and David West and, smart players, not only are they good, but they're smart. They know how to pass, not just score. And a lot of people, they just, look at the scoring, but you have to remember LaMarcus Aldridge and David West, they know how to play the game. Like, it's not just about scoring, it's about defense as well and making plays, passes. That's what makes the Spurs a great team. It's not so much their scoring. Everybody wants to talk about the scoring, the points they're putting up, but there's more to basketball than just scoring.
Yeah, it goes beyond the scoring. You're absolutely right. It's not about. I mean, they all have a general basketball IQ, but it's about the mastermind. It's about the Einstein, which I'm talking about Coach Pop, about knowing what person to fit in to what defensive set. Oh, here we go. And we're back, baby.
We're back.
Yeah, we've been here. So what you caught up on too is we're just talking about how Coach Pop is the Einstein of the Spurs, and yes, the Spurs do put up a lot of minutes. Slap me, Thomas. The Spurs put up a lot of points, but it's about playing the right players at the right time, and that's what the Spurs do best. And that's why we're going to win another title this year.
Yep.
Yes, sir. We sure are.
We're straight up.
All right, guys. We're going to have to go ahead and call this show done because Nation has to go somewhere. But it was nice talking with everybody. We do all this stuff for the fans. Next time we'll go ahead and see if we can get everything lined up right and start our new podcast on our other channel, which is going to be on broadcasted live on Blog Talk Radio. It's going to give the fans a chance to call in, and it's just going to be like a live on-air radio station, So it'll be a new experience for everybody, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Yes.
As old school McGee says, 2016.
Bring back that ring.
2016. Bring that ring.
Bring that ring, baby. All right, it's been a Spurs Fan Cave Podcast.